All right, everybody. You ready to start? I don't have my ID thing yet because I have one more thing to do. What do I like to do before my classes?
Handshake.
Handshake. You ready? I feel like Oprah Winfrey when you say you get in the car. You're walking around up and down or shake all your hands or practice. What happens on February 1st? Career fair. You're going to practice shaking hands, right? You may laugh at me, you might think it's ridiculous, but the more and more you practice, the better it gets. And I bet you I'm the only instructor that shakes your hand when you come in or leave the place, right?
Yes.
It makes you feel warm and fuzzy. Right? All right. All right. Ready? Good to see you. Here we go. Good morning. 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 All right. I'll be down there in a second. So just so you don't get see, I'm getting my exercise in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Smile. She smiled. Good morning. There, good, good. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. See, they waited. Good morning. Good morning. Is this all? Is this on? Can you hear me? Okay. All right, you ready? Good morning, my name is John Blakeney, and I love to help people. Love to help people. Right now I'm a co-op advisor here at Northeast University where I get to help advise students in their co-op search. I get to teach a class, and I help do employer relations to try to find the right skill set for students to go along with companies. Before that, I started off my career as a customer service representative at John Hancock. I moved my way to project management, dabbed a little in teaching at some adjunct, community colleges, and I love every part of it in the customer service role. I love helping people. Can I help you guys out? Yes. Okay, what did I just do? Killed it. Am I dead? What did I just do? Elevator pitch with what? Purpose. With purpose. Did I say anything? Hi, my name is John Blake, and I'm a co-op advisor here at Northeastern. Did I do that? No. I started off with purpose, right? You will all be doing that on February 1st. What happens February 1st? Career fair. What's going to happen at the career fair? Well, they're going to get a co-op right there, right? You're going to start networking, you're going to start talking to people. The goal is to have you try to get a co-op hopefully by the summer, if not the summer, the fall. We're going to help you out. We're going to help you out. But I talk to other students who've had different co-op coordinators. And I say, tell me about yourself. And they all say, I'm an engineering management student, or I'm an IS student here at Northeastern. They do not tell me their purpose. When you say your purpose and then you go into your typical elevator pitch, it sends a different message. You're going to be very memorable in a good way. People want to see that, hear that. Why should I hire you over somebody else? Now, you're all competing against one another, unfortunately, for jobs, but I'm hoping you don't. I hope you all go for different jobs, and you're competing against other people outside of Northeast University, and you get that job. All right? And I'm going to show you some ideas that I had to help you with your co-op search. Fair enough? What does he need to do? You sneak in, you got to give him the handshake. Now, because they're late, tell me about yourself.
My name's Kavan Patel, and so you want me to...
Go your own. I want you to tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself.
Okay, I'd like to help your company to reduce wastage. that's why I'm here.
That's why you're here. Cool. I'm not going to give you a job right now because I'm not a company, but that's all right. So how did he do, right? What did he do? He started off with a name and his purpose. Good job. Good job. Now, don't you, after feeling embarrassed because I just brought you out, don't you feel warm and fuzzy because we all clap for you? Yes, there you go. All right. We're going to practice so this becomes second nature because I want you all to get a co-op if you want to by the summer. That's what my goal is. And if it doesn't happen by the summer, guess what? We'll do it by the fall. I'm going to work with you. Did you all do the survey?
Yes.
I will. Hello? Hello? Good morning.
Good morning.
That's how my hands are. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Tell me about yourself.
Hi, I'm Suraj and I love to solve technical problems. So
I could have used you a few minutes ago over here.
Sorry?
I could have used you a few minutes ago over here with my problems with a code.
I can fix that if
You can help me out, right?
Yeah.
All right, be even better. All right, sit down.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Tell me about yourself.
Hi, my name is Akshat and I'm an honest and valuable employee.
Oh, I like that. Honest and valuable. Go ahead, continue. Honest and valuable employee, go ahead.
So,
Just can't end it there, but go on.
I don't think about the short-term goals, but then my goals are more of holistic goals, and I look at the bigger picture.
So you can't end in so. You got to work on this. I like the about you talked about the passion, but you got to continue it. You got to be smooth. You got to practice. All right. For you that show up late every week, guess what? We're going to do this. So these guys were nice enough because they said, you know what? I want to be late so I can practice with the other people in this class and how it's done. Is that why you came in late today? Yeah. Of course, that's why you came in late. All right. You can go down. You can sit down now. That's the idea. I joke around. You know my style by now, hopefully. Practice. All right, and I practice what I preach. I just don't say something, do something without me doing it first, right? Okay. I got this neat little doohickey thing. Workshop 5. All right. At the end of our 4-hour workshop, students will be able to, we're going to review and assess your co-op search strategy, right? We didn't have any homework except for the survey, which I'm sure you all did. And I'll check that out later on. And I asked you to bring documents, right? Every time you see me, I want you to bring these documents, get into practice. We want to analyze things. We want to make sure you're on the right track. So we're going to review and assess your co-op search strategy. That's what we're doing. Next month, we're going to talk about ethics. We're going to talk about how to behave in the workplace. That's what we're going to do. And then it's all about, again, focusing on your career search. We're going to fine-tune everything. If you leave this class without a co-op, guess what? In the fall or the summer, I'm going to send you that same survey. I'm going to say fill it out. Every semester, you're going to fill that out at least once after this class. Each month, you do it for my class. But I use that because I'm going to reach out to people that, if you only score 1s and 2s, I've done something wrong. I haven't done my job. And I'm here to help you out to build your confidence. That's what I'm here to do. And that's why I use that survey. So I can figure out who needs help. So I can be proactive to help you get that job. All right? Fair enough? That's why I do these things, not just to make you do work. But the work for this class was very minimal. You did the survey, and you provided me updated, or you have updated copies of your resumes, right? How often should you update your resume? How are you? How often should you update your resume?
Every time I need to make
Yeah, every time it changes or you want to adjust something. What is your name?
Urwang.
Rawan, tell me about yourself.
Hi, I'm Urwang. I'm an innovator.
You're an innovator. Go on.
So I like to look at the big picture and try to figure out what all changes I can bring into a system.
Right. Then you can say, currently I'm a student here at Northeastern University focusing blah, blah, blah. Then you go in your typical elevator pitch. Right? But you can sit down now. Good job.
Thank you.
You see what we did there? You guys have done, I'm not sure if, from my class you're doing it, that's great. I am not sure if you're going to do that in the career fair. I have no idea. But right now, you're all doing a great job. So keep that up, keep practicing. Remember, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. What you're selling is yourself. Why are you here? Why are you doing things that we're here for? Okay? Let's see something here. All right. So. You may remember this, the search calendar. Do you remember? This is in your Blackboard. Where isn't my thing working? Oop. Search. All right, in the fall. That was last semester. The idea was create resumes, LinkedIn profiles, research companies, jobs, to begin to network, right? Now we're in the spring. What do we need to do now? Apply, apply, apply. Right? Apply. And we're going to focus on that because I've seen some of your scores say you don't know how to apply for jobs or you don't know how to do the search. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to cover a lot of stuff today, but it's all review. All right? That's what we're going to do. Now, depending if you take classes in the summer, if you take 2 courses in the summer, you just narrowed your search because you've gotten too many credits too fast. So we got to plan out when you're going to take classes, when you're going to do your job search. I can help you, and your academic advisor can help you, and student services can help you out on how to plan out. But plan out your courses, how you want to do things. All right? So what are we doing this semester? Apply and begin to network, right? I had a real good, I came in this morning, I'm very, very happy. I've been working with a student since January. For when I first started at Northeastern, I started in January of last year, so I just passed my 1-year anniversary here at Northeastern. Before I continue, hello. Tell me, what's your name? Tell me about yourself.
So my name is Rishabh, and I like to solve problems and optimize systems. And I'm pursuing engineering management at Northeastern University.
All right, did you hear that? Yeah, you did a good job. All right, good job. See, this is what happens when you get old. I just lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I had a real good. So I've been 1-year anniversary. I've had one of the first students came in that I went with, trying to do co-op, and he just got placed today. So we've been working with him, and he just got notification he got a co-op today. And we spent a lot of time with the student because that's what he needed, which is perfectly fine, right? This student is very good technically, but needed help with the interviewing skills, and that's what he helped out. Hi, how are you? What's your name?
Adarsh.
Tell me about yourself.
I love numbers and I love to play with them, and ever since I've been growing up, I've been good with my math and everything. So I would like to bring that very skills into professional life by being a good data analytics engineer and help you better in your process.
Good job. All right, good job. All right, before you can sit down. Come here. We've made some changes. Here's Mansa. She's our new TA. Hi. All right. Shabik Roy, we had last semester. He'll be back. And Paras, we had last semester. He got a full-time job. Umar, who was here before, he got a co-op, and he recommended me her. So what did we just do? We just did a network, right? I hired her. I didn't interview anybody else. Why? Because Umar said she'd be a good candidate for this position. I brought her in. The rest is history. And then remember Suhail, he came from Viveco. He was a student here, taught from Viveco. He'll be my other TA. So we'll have 3 TAs this semester. Shubhak Roy is the one that came from before. We have Mansa here, and Suhail is still back in India. He'll be back here probably, hopefully, next time we have class, next week. All right, hopefully he'll be here next week. And we'll talk about next phases for these classes. All right? Don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong. You're not adding more classes. I see some of the people's eyes light up. They say, what do you mean eat meat each week? We're not, don't worry about that. All right, so she's here. She's going to be a TA. Thank you. So my goal with the student earlier today is we try to find things. Those surveys is going to help me out. Who needs help? That's what I'm trying to do. All right? And I want to send out those surveys after the end of the class because I want to see where people are, because you might digress. You might forget how to do interviewing skills. You might need help. Or you might forget how to write a resume. It falls down. That's what those surveys do. It helps me pinpoint and do that. All right? I read the surveys, the responses to my class. And there are a couple themes that came through your comments. The top 3 are, you want help with LinkedIn. Second, you want more mock interviews. Third, it would be great to have more students come in. Sit down. Sit there, go to the side. You're losing my train of thought. Go to the side. Side. You want more students up there talking about their co-op experience. All right? We're doing it all. I'm doing LinkedIn today. I'm working with career development to try to find times where we can actually do mock interviews. Half-hour increments. If you want a half-hour mock interview, we're going to give that to you. And you're going to dress up. And you're going to do the same thing as mock interview. You're going to go to a different location. It's not going to be done in here. We're going to try to find an office for you to do that. And we're going to try to do it hopefully sooner rather than later to get you ready for the co-op search. The third thing is I've already reached out to students that have been in co-op, and I've got a real good feedback response rate that they want to come in and talk about their story. So we're working on doing that as well. So with that, I know a lot of times you do surveys. You don't know where they go. People change. I've read your responses, your comments. Those are the top 3, and we're making those changes. All right? That's my promise to you. All right? Is that fair enough? All right. What's your name?
I'm Lo Ting.
Lo Ting. Tell me about yourself.
I'm a key to connect the math, the engineering, and technology. Yeah, I'm a graduate at Northeastern now.
Okay.
I have 1 year experience before be here. I worked as an assistant of engineer.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Jibo.
Jabo. Go ahead. Tell me about yourself.
Hi, I'm Jibo. I want to be a design engineer because I want to design new function and interface to make life easier to let people save time.
All right. Very good. Good job. All right. Good job. So, if you come late, you do an elevator pitch. You can sit down. You do an elevator pitch in front of the whole class. All right? We're at that level now. All right, where have we been? Oh, we did a lot last semester, didn't we? We wrote resumes. We've done a cover letter. You've done extremely well with your elevator pitch with purpose. Great job. You guys, I'm actually very pleased and impressed with, just coming back from a break. You've been thinking about this, or you thought about it the last hour or so, but it sounds good. You didn't forget anything that we went over. Cover letters, we talked about goal setting, right? Setting up goals. Interviewing skills and strategy. All right, guys. All right, you got to be quick. All right, don't go anywhere. You're interrupting my flow. Tell me about yourself quickly.
Vignesh, I'm a data storytelling enthusiast.
You're what?
I'm a data storytelling enthusiast.
Okay. What else? You just can't end there. What else do you want to say? All right, don't come in late. You don't have to do this again. Tell me about yourself.
Hi, I'm Akshay Jain. I love serving people, and that makes me happy. So I'm looking forward to do my.
Right. You said it makes me feel happy. You're not happy. You got to show the emotion. It makes me very, very happy. No, it makes you feel happy. Show enthusiasm. You did what you say, how it came out. Total opposites. You got to work on that. Tell me about yourself.
Hi, I'm Kshitij. I like things to be working in the right order, optimized. So I work towards making people's life efficient, and that's where I like to specialize, and I have my skills in.
All right. Very good. All right. Thank you. All right. Smart. We talked about goals. Setting smart goals based on the responses. What you're looking for. Co-op search. We're working on that. What kind of jobs to look for, where, how to apply for it. We talked about interviewing skills. Most of you said we need more practice. That's great. We're going to give it to you. So what's going to happen when I set it up, I'm going to say sign up for a half-hour session. We'll go over that. You get one hour, half-hour session. And then we're talking about the strategy. How are you going to go about this? Who are you going to reach out to? The co-op search, the job fair should be part of your strategy. How are you going to reach out to people is going to be part of your strategy, right? Who you're going to apply to is going to be part of your strategy. All right? Make sense? We've done all this. You've done a lot. So, where are we going to go? We're going to finalize it. Co-op. You see the big red letters? Co-op. That's what we want. You guys don't seem excited. Co-op. That's what you want. Oh, my goodness. See my body language? Do I look excited? Look, I'm demoted. We're going to finalize your resume, cover letters, with networking skills, co-op search, the goals, the strategy. We're going to do all of that. That's what we're going to work on. Hopefully it will lead to a co-op. What's it going to lead to, hopefully? Oh, you're still tough group. Co-op. You want a co-op. All right. Co-op criteria. We just want to review this, because now you can start searching, right? You can get a job in the summer. You need a completion of 16 credit hours. You're going to have that by the end of this semester? Right. Actually, you're going to have 17, right, because of this class. Passing of my class, right? You're going to do that? Yes. You've done pretty good so far. Minimum of 3.0 GPA. Do you all have? Well, if you don't have that, you need to bring it up. You can't go on co-op if you don't have a 3.0 GPA. Now, you can, this is a really fun task. Just to let you know, you can have a 3.0 GPA this semester, get accepted in co-op, but after grades come through, your GPA goes down to like a 2.9. Guess what happens? No co-op. Right? You didn't meet the requirements. Now we'll work to figure out what we can do to help you, but you need to, if you really want to be a co-op and you're having problems with classes, you talk to your advisor, you talk to your teacher, you talk to student services, you come to me, figure out what we can do, because I don't want to have anybody in my team, my staff, my class, my advisees, have a below a 3.0 and not be able to go on co-op after they've been accepted. We don't want that to happen. We want to stop that. So you need to come to me. All right? May 2018 is when you can actually go on co-op, and you can go on co-op for 4, 6, or 8 months in length. You cannot cross calendar years. So you can start in May and go all the way to December. You can go from May to June, or May to September. If you get a co-op in September, you can go to September to December. Can you go from September to March of next year? No, why? Cross calendar year. So plan out your co-op. Now let me tell you some stories that make me really irritated, but you're not going to irritate me because I can tell it. But yes, sir.
I have a doubt on the 6 months.
It's not. You don't have a doubt. What do you have? A question, right? We're in practice. If you have a question in the United States, we say question, not doubts. We have a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if I start in May, and if I get a co-op of 6 months, then the last 2 months of that year, I won't be able to attend any class?
It has to coincide with the academic calendar.
Okay.
So for example, if you get something in May, you go 3 months, or 6 months, and ends in mid-fall semester, you can't do that. It has to be a completion of the semester. Why is this important? Because it affects your visa status. It affects your status. All right? If you end a co-op halfway through, the registrar is not going to set the class. and you don't have time to join another class, you're out of status. Right? We don't want that to happen, so it has to comply, coincide with the calendar year, the academic year, right? Yes?
In case, before the co-op ends, if it's of 6 months, can you take up a class?
Good question. That's a good question. So when you are on a co-op, you are allowed to take, you are assigned a 0 credit, 0 tuition class called the co-op work experience. That tells the government and the people that you have a co-op associated with Northeastern University, you're A-OK. So you'll be assigned a class automatically. And it's pass-fail, or satisfactory, unsatisfactory. But you're also allowed to take up 1 additional class during your co-op. Well, per semester. So if you have an 8-month co-op starting in the summer and in all the way to December, you can take 1 co-op class. You can take 1 class in the summer, and you can take another one in the fall. You cannot take a class in summer 1 and summer 2, and then full summer. The summer's treated the same. All right? Some people start a co-op, like say beginning of August, and they take a class during the summer. Can they take another co-op in that summer? No, because another class in the summer? No, because your class ended during the co-op period, during that semester. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if you have an 8-month co-op, you can take 1 in the summer, you can take 1 class in the fall. What comes first? Say you have a 20-page paper that is due tomorrow, and you're waiting to the last minute to do it, and your boss has asked you to work late this night because of a big project going on. What do you do? What do you tell your manager, your boss? You have a big deadline for the company, due tomorrow. You have to work late, getting paid, of course. And you have a project, a course that you're taking that says you have a 20-page paper that's due tomorrow. And if you don't take it, you'll fail the class. What do you do? Co-op comes first. Always, 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 always. So be very careful if you get a co-op if you want to sign up for a class. The co-op comes first because that's why you took the class. That's why you took the co-op, right? Class comes second. And if you fail the class, so be it. You should have done a better job playing that out, right? Co-op comes first. Have we had people fired from? Can you get fired from a co-op? Yes. Has it happened? Yeah. We've had 3 last semester. 3 last semester get fired from a co-op. Why? Because they didn't show up to work. They were doing things on the internet they weren't supposed to. This is after being spoken to. They lied. All right? You will get fired, and guess what you get for a grade for the class? Unsatisfactory. Can you go back on co-op again? No. All right. Sometimes in the summer, they'll say, well, we have this great program, but it's only 10 or 12 weeks. Come see me first, see if we'll approve it. Minimum is usually 12 weeks, especially during the summer, because the summer months are kind of strange. They'll say, we'll start June and go to the end of August. June, July, August. If it's 12 weeks, we'll most likely accept it if Professor Cullinane agrees to it. All right? So that might happen. You may get questions from employers saying, he says you're looking for a co-op, but this is an internship. Is that all right? It's the same thing. Basically, internship is more short-term periods. They might have more education or classes behind that. Co-op, they treat you more, I think, more as an adult in the workforce. But to us, it's the same. You can use the words interchangeably. So when you're doing job searches, you could search for co-op or internship. Most people put down internship in companies because they're not familiar with the term co-op. Make sense? Yes?
What's a good time to...
Go ahead, no.
What's a good time to ask for an extension of an internship? Suppose you get signed up for...
So I would do it during the interview process, say, yeah, can I get it? No, you wait. It depends on how it's going, right? You need to know the process of getting a co-op. So if things are going well, you might say, if you have a summer co-op, they want to extend it to the fall. You just talk to your manager, my co-op's ending. Can I extend it? To the end of December? Yes, no. Or I start in January and it's supposed to end in April. Can we extend it to sometime in the summer? So I can't tell you when to ask, but I'm sure it's going to come up during your time with your manager when you're getting feedback sessions and say, okay, so it's going to take, my co-op's ending. I'd love to stay here. Can I do that? Sometimes when you sign on, they'll say, this is a 4-month co-op and it may extend. Then they know the question is going to be asked at some point. But I would wait a minimum like 2 months when you get into it. There is a time period, right? So when you get a co-op, what you need to do is you need to get your academic advisor's approval, and then it comes to me, you get my approval, and then it goes to OGS. And OGS, the CPT form. It take up to 10 business days for them to approve. So if you got an offer today, they want you to start tomorrow, the answer is no. The issue we're having right now is the last drop period, or dropping a course without getting a W, is I think the 29th. So the last time you can really go on COPE is the 28th. Otherwise, you're going to drop a class and pay for it, or part of it. I'm not sure if you want to do so. So we say you can't extend that. You can't extend that past that date. If you want an extension, same process. You don't need approval from your academic advisor. You get approval from me. But if you're on your last day of your co-op and they say we want you to extend for another couple months, you're going to have to wait until you get your new I-20. So OGS approval of the CPT form, because you still need to update the CPT. If it shortens, you need CPT update. Updates are typically a little bit quicker, but you still have a 10 business day turnaround. Okay? Any other questions? Yes.
An internship is usually for about 3 months. So if you start in May, you're done by the end of July. So that month of August, how does it, what do we do, when you just said before that you can't complete a co-op in between a semester? So how does this work if you get an internship?
So the summer is yours, right? There's nothing, the government and the university says in the summertime it is your time. You don't need to be taking classes, things like that. So you can actually go back home to India or to China and say, hey, I want to work at home if it's not co-op, during the summer if you want to. It's not considered co-op, you don't get any credit, you don't get anything like that. But if you have a co-op that ends 1 month early in the summer, you do what you want. You just go back to classes in the September. You don't need to take classes, you don't need to do anything else. The summer is yours. It just happens that a lot of people go on co-op during the summer. Does that answer your question? Okay. Anything else? Any other questions? No? What's happening to my screen? Oh, there we go. We'll talk more and more about this. Oh, if you get a key thing, the red. If you get accepted to a co-op, you don't look for any others. I have one student that got accepted to a co-op, and then he sends me a message saying, hey, I found these other 3 or 4 positions. Can I apply to them? The answer is no, and I declined it. You already have a co-op. You can't. I'll be honest, EM students get a bad reputation for co-op search. They get a co-op. Usually what happens is you apply to 100 companies, which there is a limit to. We'll talk about that. You apply to like 100 companies. You have your big list. You got accepted for a company, and then later on, and you accepted it, and then your dream company comes up and wants you. Guess which company you pick? The first one. Some people get an international co-op, but they really want the domestic one. And they get accepted to the international co-op, and then they get an offer from the US one. Guess which one you pick? The international one, because that's what you said. Once you accept a position, you cannot go. So you'll be very, very careful of the positions you apply to. Some international co-ops, you could talk to Sally Conant and Dana Munzer, they're international global co-op. will say, you may not even get an interview, but they might just base your candidacy on your resume. If they like your resume, they're going to hire you on the spot. You must accept. All right? If you agree with that, do it. But most people don't agree with it. They don't read the messages. Be very, very careful. You're applying to global co-op, and if they say you must accept, you've got to do that because that's what you adhere to, even if your dream job came in the United States. Be careful what you apply to, because you may get that position. And I don't want to have a conversation with you saying, I accepted this offer, but this other company offered me, I'd like to do that. The answer is no. We had one student go on co-op last year, went on co-op for 1 day. There's an international co-op. Wasn't what the person was looking for and quit. Guess what? And he wanted to search for other co-ops. The answer is no. Because you were on co-op. You quit. No more co-op. There is a petition. The student went through the petition process. Guess what the petition said? The people reading the petition said no. So this student wanted to go on co-op. The student didn't understand everything, or just applied, as we say willingly, just applied. He got offered a co-op, which you all want, by the way. I have students that are on the last chance that would love to have a co-op, that they can't, because they're in the last semester. He showed up to work and then quit, because it wasn't what they were looking for. He should have done better research. And now he lost an opportunity to go on co-op at Northeastern University. And he quit. And guess what? He received an unsatisfactory grade for the co-op work experience, which shows up on your transcript. Be very, very careful with that. Yeah?
Professor, can you go on an international co-op in the summer and then come back again, and can you do 2 co-ops if one is a global co-op and one is over here? So just Encp period doesn't start if you're in global.
I know what you're saying. I'm trying to figure out the best way to answer. Current policy states that you're allowed to go on 1 co-op in the program. Right? Whether it's domestic or international, still counts with 1 co-op, even if it's 4 months, 6 months, or 8 months. If it's a 4-month co-op, right now, the policy states 1 co-op. With that said, there is discussion that we might change that policy, where the student may be able to go on 2 co-ops if it doesn't exceed the 8 months total. Let me reiterate, because I know what you're going to say. John, you said we could do it. No, I did not say that. What I said is current policy states 1 co-op at this point in time. There is discussion. It might change. And if you do that, you have to find the co-op, the second co-op, on your own. That means you can't use NU Careers. You do it on your own. Because NU Careers, everybody does. It's not fair to take jobs for, that's the idea. That's the theory behind it. So with that said, you can go on 1 co-op. There is talk about maybe changing that policy so it cannot exceed 8 months total. If that happens to you, you come see me so we can discuss the plan of action. But does that make sense? Do you understand what I just said? Do you? Okay. You have a question?
What about 1 3-month internship and 1 co-op? Do you do that?
What's your question?
3-month internship in May 2018.
Yeah.
And maybe a co-op from Jan 2019.
Great. What did I just say? I said a couple of things. First, co-op and internship are used interchangeably. It's the same thing. All right? And what did I just say a minute ago about our policy? I'll reiterate. Current policy states you're allowed 1 co-op/internship during your study here. There is discussion maybe that could be alleviated to have 2 co-ops, but they combined can't exceed the 8 months. But that's not happened yet. If it does, if you come across that opportunity, you come see me to discuss. Does that answer your question? All right? Okay.
I go on summer internship back in home, India, during my holidays. And then I come back, probably try for a co-op after Jan. Is that possible?
If you're on break,
Yeah, on break.
no. Let me say, I'm trying to answer your question. If you're like between semesters, like you had like a 2-week break, right?
Summer break.
Well, I'm talking. You have a December to you have 2 weeks between the December and January, right? I think that's your time. You can do what you want. The summer is up to you. It's just not called co-op. You don't get credit for it. Doesn't show up on your transcript. So if you want to go back home and work at your parents' place or your uncle's place or whatever it is, and get a co-op or not co-op, work there during your break where school is not in session, especially during the summertime, you can do that. It's not a co-op. It is not on your transcripts. The summer is yours. Does that answer your question? Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
The process of applying for the global co-op is the same as the domestic.
You need to talk to me if you want to do global co-op, and you need to talk to Sally Khanna and Dana Munzer. We've had as I said earlier, a bad reputation with EM students applying for international co-ops only to pull back, and it's affected companies. Badly. Some companies no longer want to do business with Northeastern University because of EM students pulling out when they said they were going to take a co-op. So if you want to do a global co-op, you need to see me first, and then we have to speak with Dana Munzer or Sally Khanna to do that. But you could do global co-op, yeah. They would love to have you. They would love to have people in the global co-op, yeah. Anything else? No, really? Did I answer all your questions? If you have other questions, can you ask me? Yes. Please don't ask your friends. Okay, because there could be different schools, different programs. You come to me. You come to me with co-op questions. Well, so-and-so is at the CPS school. I don't care. There's a different program, different school. You come to me with any co-op questions, all right? Is that fair enough? Because I don't want you to be upset or hear things, stuff like that. Go ahead. I couldn't hear you. What? Say.
We have CPD of 12 months, right? So why is it formulated just for 8?
I'm sorry, I still didn't hear you. Your question is, can you stand up and then speak louder?
According to the US law, is for 12 months, right? So why are we allowed maximum to go for 8
Okay.
months?
You have federal rules, you have OGS rules, you have department rules, correct? You are a student here on F1 visa. Student visa, students. You are here to learn. The co-op is part of that process if you can get it. But the department and the program has determined that 8 months is the max, because if you do it for a whole year, then what are we? We're a school that gives out co-ops the whole time, right? It's going to prolong your stay here. It could affect the government might look at it longer. Why are you on co-op for 12 months in less than 1 day? You might get investigated or to do an audit. We're here to protect you, to protect the students and protect your status, right? Northeastern believes that co-op is it believes in experiential learning. Northeastern, you use that, you take classes to go on a co-op, right? To go on a co-op to help you, then you come back and use that knowledge for your other classes, and then hopefully use that to help get a full-time job. All right? That is the theory behind it and the reason. So, yes, the federal government says, and OGS says you can do up to maybe less than 1 day of a year, but the program, College of Engineering program, states up to 8 months because of those reasons. All right? Does that answer your question? Maybe not to your liking, but does that give you you're here as a student. You're here as a student. Co-op is to help you in that process. But you did not come to Northeastern specifically. Well, maybe you did. But I mean, the co-op is a selling point. But you're not there to you're not here to work. You're here to study. Does that make sense? If you're there for a whole year, you're here, you're working, not studying.
Is there any restrictions on research positions that you're doing a research internship?
So the job that you apply to must be in line with your school of your program of study, right? That's why you need approval from your academic advisor. But when you get a co-op, you find a job they can offer, you take that job description, you take the offer letter, you give it to Professor Cullinane or Professor Palike and say, I got this job, would you approve it? Most times they say yes, because if you do any careers, we vetted it out. If you find our own, there might be some issues. Have we ever declined students for jobs? Yes, especially sales. Be careful when you apply like Indeed or CareerBuilder.com and you have like sales types verbiage in there. You're going to get tons and tons of emails from companies saying, we like your profile, we have this great management training program. No, it's a sales job. We're going to decline it. We're going to decline it because it's not in your field of study. Does that answer your question? Any others? No? I have office hours on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Go to My NU Careers to search up. Classes, we're going to be here. I want to give you a schedule of events for Fridays. We're going to be here for you, so this will be an open office hour as well for students to come in if we need help. Fair enough? So NU Careers, all right? Access given about the end of January, beginning of February. We haven't fine-tuned that. That's when you have access to search. Choose quality over quantity. You're limited. Last time I think we limited it like 10 jobs every couple weeks. Up to 40, I think. That might change. So choose if you do all whatever it is at the front and then you find a great job later on, you can't apply for it. I'm going to decline you. Quality over quantity. Limited applications. Outside of NU Careers, unlimited amount. Use job boards, including LinkedIn. We'll talk about that soon. And apply to companies yourself. All right? We'll talk about that. But there's no limit outside of NU Careers. You just want to make sure that the job itself aligns with your school of study. It will help you out with that as well. Any questions on this? Okay, guess what we're going to do? 15-minute break. Right? You guys complained last time about no breaks. It's a lighter class today. I'm going to give you a 15-minute break. And then what we'll do is we're going to talk about LinkedIn. And then we'll do that. And then we'll talk about, we're going to review resumes, and that's the end of the day. That will be the day. Any questions? All right, we'll see you in 15 minutes. All right, we got to make sure. Some of you are leaving. We got to make sure people sign in, all right? Sign in. All right. Some of you have class coming up. I want to go over this quickly. I want to go over this quickly to help you. LinkedIn. We talked about LinkedIn and using LinkedIn to find jobs, but I got comments back that said we have great to have more LinkedIn class. So I'm taking a step back. I'm taking a step back and figure out how to make a good LinkedIn profile. Fair enough? I gave you some documents in Blackboard, but sometimes it's good to have it told as well, right? People learn different ways. Reading, lectures, actually doing, combination. It could take anywhere from 6 to 24 times to repeat something for an adult, which you all are, to remember something or to learn something. So even though I might teach it once, that's not fair to you because you need to learn differently. So the more I repeat things, hopefully it will sink in at some point. All right, so we're doing it. I gave you a link on Blackboard. We talked about last semester quickly. I'm doing a different type of approach right now. We're going to help you out. LinkedIn. First thing on LinkedIn, you should have a profile picture wearing professional attire. Shirt, tie. look professional. You want a close-up or whatever, you know. Make sure the background's okay. You don't want to see beer bottles in the back of the picture. You're not going to get jobs. Provide a personal statement. Use your purpose, right? This purpose that you're working on, put that in there. Enthusiastic engineer, data mines, whatever, put that in there. Experience, state your responsibility. Some people say, I had an intern, worked for ABC company for intern, but you didn't tell me what you did. How are they going to know? So put that in there. Don't put Northeastern under experience unless you're working on campus. I've seen many people put experience and they have Northeastern in there and I have no idea if it's a job or they just say it's a student. If you're just saying you're a student here with no work, Northeastern does not belong under the experience section. It belongs in the education section, okay? Down here, there is a Northeastern University Graduate School of Engineering co-op page. Here's the link. You want to be connected to a LinkedIn group? Go on that. I'll send it to you. I mean, you know how I make copies of my lectures? I'll put that in there. This will be saved. But there is, or type this in here. Guess who manages the page, the group? I did. If it looks good, I'll accept it. If not, I'll say you're not going to be accepted at this point. Please make these changes. Let me know, and I'll accept it once the changes are made. This is your opportunity to be part of a group, start connecting with others, etc., etc. Don't forget to connect with people. Right, you can connect with me if you haven't done so already. I do not connect with students. The students connect with me. Right? It's just not right ethically for me to reach out to you and say, please connect with me. All right? There's that student-teacher relationship, right? But if you reach out to me, I will accept your invitation. Talk about your friends and whether or not you should start building a relationship database. You should all you all talk to each other. Like I see you're in groups. Every one of your groups should be connected. You should be connected with each other. All right? Start the process. All right. So we're going to talk about jobs. We're going to look at my profile in a minute. But I have this up here for a reason. Why do I have this up here for a reason? Any ideas? Because I'm going to tell you a story. I love stories. All right, here is my story. So over the weekend, I'm watching TV. I love watching like those Olympic sports. There's an Olympic channel on cable. So I've been watching that. Cross-country skiing, short track speed skating, long track speed skating, ski jumping. It was ski jumping. I was looking at this. I said, ski jumping. There's a lot that goes into ski jumping. There's aerodynamics. There's a lot of engineering behind this. You have to worry about, I like luge and bobsledding and skeleton race. So that's pretty cool too. But you got to look at the outfits. You look at the skis, right? Look at, if you're talking about the bobsled or the sledding thing, they talk about, for ski jumping, some people got kicked out because of the aerodynamics. They had too much material on them, for like a web to make them fly longer and higher. So I'm thinking, there's engineering behind this. So I said to myself, what companies are out there that, because I like the sports, that we might be able to reach out to for engineers? Each company needs like a business analyst, right? Business analyst, data analyst, you have numbers. You have people creating products, industrial engineering, my guess is, how do you create products? Supply chain, if you have a product, right? How do you make it? So I got a list, what we're working on, I'm working with my TAs, of all the companies we found, and we're going to reach out to them. We're going to see if there are any careers, we're going to see if they have contacts at Northeastern. If not, we're going to make connections with them and see if there's any types of positions out there. So these pictures. Now, I use these because I like sports. All right. So this is Chinese table tennis, ping pong player. What do you think? Table tennis. I guess in the Olympic sports, table tennis. So great. That's a nice action picture of somebody playing table tennis. Means nothing. But think about it. You have a ping pong ball. Who makes the ping pong ball? Who? Sky makes the ping pongs?
There's a company named
Reach out to them. Hey, I love playing table tennis. I know you provide ping pong balls to the Olympic team. I'd love to be part of your organization. I'm passionate about data mining or project management. Okay. Apparel. Who makes these? It looks like that's, I forget. Who makes these? The outfits. Who's the sponsors? Can you reach out to them? Hey, I saw your picture. I know you're a sponsor of this ping pong player, table tennis player. I'm a data manager or a project manager enthusiast. I'd love to be part of your team and be part of this organization. Ping pong paddle. You have rubber, you have wood. Who produces ping pong paddles? Love playing ping pong. When I was younger, I used to play with my grandparents in my house at the bottom of the inner basement every day. I'd love to be able to not only use the product, but to make the product as well. I can help you out. How can I join your team? So why can't, here you have a sponsor. I can't read that because the guy's leg's in the way. Who's the sponsor? Hey, I see you're a sponsor for this thing. I'd love to be part of your team. Cricket. Do you guys know this is an Indian cricket player? I have no idea who it is. Do you guys know? I can't tell. Right here, you have the ball. Who makes the ball? Is it the same company that makes the ping pong ball? I don't know. I love playing cricket. I used to be the intramural cricket team back in college, in my younger days. I was lucky enough to get a 6 in one of my at-bats, or whatever the phrase is. Can I be part of the team? You have a bat. You call this the bat? Yes. MRF. It's a company. Genius MRF. I assume that's a company or that makes it? Sponsor. Who makes the bat? Who's the sponsor? Reach out to them. Can't read that? Centfoil. I assume it's a sponsor. Reach out to the sponsors. Hey, I see you're a sponsor for the cricket team in India. Guess what? I'm from India, or I like India, whatever it is. I love cricket. I'd like to be part of your organization. When I see you playing cricket, I want to be able to be proud to be part of an organization that sponsors a great sport that I love. Who makes the outfits? There's a process, right? You have supply chain. Where do you get the material from? Helmets. Here's another sponsor. Couple slides back, I said when you go to NU Careers, you have a limited amount of NU Career jobs you can apply to. Who do you think is going to apply to those jobs at NU Careers? Huh? Everybody in Northeastern is going to apply to it. Do you think anyone from Northeastern, besides this class, is going to say, I like cricket or table tennis. I'm going to reach out maybe to some of these companies. Give yourself an advantage over everybody else, because I want to make sure that you guys get placed before any of my other co-op advisor students get placed. All right? You're wearing a hat that says Freeze Crowd on it, right? Reach out. Love your apparel. I'm wearing your hat. Or, do something to stand out. But now you say, boy, John, I'm applying for these jobs. There's really not much out there. I just gave you a bunch. Just from these 2 pictures. Right? You might be, if you don't like sports, who does not like, what are some other things that you like to do besides either watching or playing sports? If you don't like, what are some other things you like to do? You watch TV. Okay. Here's an idea. What brand of TV do you have? Samsung? Reach out to Samsung. Love your company. I'm a member. I'm a customer of yours. I'd like to be part of the TV building business. I have a supply chain background, project management. I have a data analyst, business, whatever it is. Besides TV, what else? I was watching TV on your Samsung, watching the Indian, whatever it is, or Chinese team. What else do you like to do besides studying for my class? Music. All right, let's talk about music. What do you listen? I assume you listen to music on your computers. All right. When I was younger, we had what's called Walkman. That was a big deal. Or boom boxes, you know, or the stereo. Now you have phones and stuff like that. All right, so, all right, you like listening to music. Let's talk about that. You have it on a computer. Can you reach out to the computer companies, right? Hey, I love your product. I listen to music on here all the time. I love this. It gives a great sound system, whatever it is. Great clarity. I'd like to be part of your team. That's taking a stretch a little bit, computer music, but whatever it is. What systems do you use in music? What is it? Please tell me, how do you listen to music now besides the computer? Is it an app? Spotify. All right, so that's a big company, but you can reach out to Spotify. Hey, Spotify, I'm sure you know everyone loves listening to music. I'm one of them. I'd love to help you out. I'm an engineering student here at Northeastern. Love music, but love process improvement or data, whatever it is. Find things that you like and see if there's a way you can reach out to companies that nobody else is. And apply, reach out, start to network. Think outside the box. You're engineers, sometimes the box is great, now how to do, you know, you need to step outside, think of other ways to find jobs. So I was reading a book, said, boy, I like this book. I reached out, connected to the person that wrote the book on LinkedIn. Started a conversation. You find a book, you find an article that you like, reach out to that person that either wrote the book or the article, or somebody else in the article, but reach out. People love talking about themselves. We're trying to help you out. Does that give you some information? Give you some ideas of how to proceed if you're getting stumped of where to look for? Make it fun. That's what I did. I was watching ski jumping on TV, and that's how I thought of this idea. You don't know where it's going to come from. You go to a restaurant. Who makes the bread? Who does the silverware? Who does the tablecloths? Who does what? You know. Talk to your waiter or waitress and say, where did you get the silverware from? We get it from so-and-so, Crate and Barrel, or whatever it is. Now reach out to them. Why do you ask? Well, I'm an engineer instead. I'm an engineer. I love process improvement. I could start a conversation. They may look at you funny. My kids look at me funny all the time. But it gives you another idea to find jobs. Good enough? All right. So we're going to look at my LinkedIn profile. No idea what's going on, but here's my page. I'll go to me. All right, this is an older picture of me, but let's take a look at this, right? What are some of your thoughts on this page, good or bad? Let's take a look at the picture. Okay? All right, Northeastern University. I see some people writing some backgrounds, but it's an okay background, right? Especially with Northeastern. What do you think of the profile picture? Good? Decent. I wish it was closer up, or I get different pictures right here at Northeastern. I don't like any of them. I kind of like this one, so I'll keep this one. So I have a nice picture in the background. My picture up here, front and center. I'm wearing professional attire, right? I look okay. All right, PMP, co-op faculty member, Northeast University. I have over 500 members, people, connections. Enthusiastic and highly motivated professional offering broad education experience. Passion for teaching and building professional networks to help people obtain jobs. Advises students and academics and acts as a career coach. Participates in strategy, communications, organizational, and people processes. Well written, spoken, and capable of prioritizing competing demands. So, any comments, thoughts? Okay? You think we should change that? What do you think? Okay? Not go okay? Don't be shy. I'm not gonna fail you. It's not too long. It's okay. It's decent. Here's my dashboard. Showed up 28 times, whatever that means. 880 post views. So I posted something, 880 people reviewed that. 286 people viewed my profile. See, I have Paxton Center School. That's when I was like back in grade. They say you don't even need that, so I have it. My activity. These are things I posted. So if you post things, make sure it's professional, right? If you want to be in project management or supply chain, try to find articles and post it. That's in that field. So if somebody or companies are looking for you and see if you're really interested in that, they can see what you're connected to. So that would be a good thing. Here's going to find some mistakes. Experience, assistant co-op coordinator, Northeastern University. Short, sweet. ITT Tech. What's missing here in ITT Tech? Yeah, they don't know what I did. So I should really put something in there, right? Because I'm looking for a job, there's nothing in there. I need to update that. State Street. Customer service, I didn't put anything, provide an update. My responsibilities. Education, I got a master's degree in economics. I went to BA Economics and Political Science. I call that power and money. Power being politics, economics being money. Some activities I did, don't really need this. When I went to school, volunteer, I did a basketball coach for a month. And then, who's endorsed me for what? Recommendations. I don't know. People say this is really big. I don't. People use it a lot. People look. I don't read it. I don't really read it too much. But I'm not in that industry. I'm not looking for people for jobs per se. Maybe recruiters look at it. I don't. I like to see what's out there for that. Certifications, honors and awards. So you put that in there. Remember, what's the difference between a certification and a certificate? You've been certified to do something, right? Like a license. A certificate is like, hey, congratulations, you completed my class. I'll give you a piece of paper. Don't put certificates, put certifications. Okay. There's that. Any questions? So if you haven't done this yet on your LinkedIn profile, do it. If you want to connect to that group, I will see it and I will make comments on it if it needs to be changed. All right? And then you can always make changes and I'll review it, and if it looks good, I'll accept it. Let's go to jobs. So up here you have the home page. I'll go to jobs. I'll type in a keyword, project manager, and I'll put down Boston, greater Boston area. And here are some jobs, a lot of these jobs I can take a look at. But what I like about this is you can actually now, I think Professor Perozzi looked at this last time she was here, when she came to visit. You can do things like narrow it down, experience level. Maybe I want entry level. There are 977 positions entry level. Click on that. Junior Project Manager Modus. You can look at different locations. You can add times. Is it in your network or out of your network? You can pick on companies, choose companies. So this is a way for you to search for jobs in different areas and start narrowing it down what you're looking for. You can start out broad, like I just did, and then start narrowing it down. If you have something in your network, what's good about that? If you found a job with somebody in your network, what does that mean? You can reach out to that person. If they're not on a network, that's fine too. It just might be hard for you to get that job. You just have to try maybe reach out for somebody and say, would you mind connecting with me? Are you the person responsible for posting this position? I know I can help you out. Do you have time to talk next week? Or something to that effect. Okay? So that is your basic LinkedIn profile. And that's how you start searching for jobs in there. So the thing that we just did a few minutes ago about the ping pong versus cricket, you take some information, look in LinkedIn, see if there are any positions out there. Or, better yet, if there are no positions, who's connected? Is there a recruiter? Search for people in those positions and try to reach out to them. Begin the networking process. So two things. Go on the company website, search for jobs. Go on LinkedIn, start connecting with people if they're already not in your network. And start expanding your horizon on what to look for. All right? Hopefully, this process really improves or helps you in your job search by expanding the types of positions you can look for, the types of companies. So if you get stuck on something, you can think outside the box. And if you're stuck and you can't think any further, you come see me and we'll brainstorm some ideas to what else we can do. I see some people wearing watches. Who makes the watch? Can you reach out to them? I mean, most companies have the positions you're looking for in some sort of fashion, right? There's usually a business analyst, right? Nowadays, there's probably some sort of data analyst who have to look at things like data and marketing. You need to create something. You need to create the product, whether it be virtual or actually physical. That company itself may not do it, but they might need the supplies to come in. But so you can really expand the business. If you like automobiles, most people look like Honda or Toyota or look at the big companies. But what goes into those vehicles? You have the rubber for the wheels. You have the electronic pieces. You have the lights. Where does it all come from? So you may not work for the Toyota, but you may work for the company that supplies it to Toyota. You know, it's upstream, downstream. Does that help? Somewhat? Does it give you ideas? Yeah? All right. If it doesn't, or if you need to talk about it more, you come see me. Do I need to review any more about LinkedIn? I kind of went through that kind of fast, but do you want me to go over anything again in LinkedIn about profiles? Do you have any questions regarding that? No? Yes?
So can you just brief us about the emails?
Emails? All right. What just happened? Can you come here? My screen's blank. Oh, it's back on. Never mind. Okay. All right, so I had this person named Hamel Shohan. Well, there's connect. So I could connect with him, right? Automatically. Where's InMail? Is there anything? So you could connect, right? You click connect and say, hey, I would like to connect. I'm a project manager. I'd like to connect with you. Maybe we can start networking or whatever it is. I'd like to hear more about the business, see if we can help each other out, whatever. InMail, I think, costs money, or you can only do so many. But there's a drop-down box where you can avoid the InMails and then just click on the connect and put your quick message in there. So you don't have to pay any money or you're not limited to anything. Let me show you. Let me find something. Let's see. Honda people. Let's see if there's anything. Honda recruiter. Steve Brandon, CEO, Honda Federal Credit Union, send email. So let's click on him. You have this send email right here. You see me circling it? Yep. I think if you click these 3 buttons, these dots, you can do connect. And then I can send an email and don't have to worry about this send in mail. If you see the send in mail, because I think it costs more, you're only a limit, click on these 3 buttons up here, these 3 dots, and say connect. And then you do the same thing as you would before. Does that answer your question? That can save. That's a better way to avoid that or to go around that. Any other questions regarding LinkedIn? If you need another session, or if there's something that you're applying, that you're doing that you need more help on, come see me. We can either come to my office or we can have another quick half-hour session, whatever you think is needed to help you with this process. How do I get out? Always sign out. My computer is working. All right. Do you need a couple minutes, or should we run through this and leave earlier? What do you want to do? Go. All right. What's the purpose of a resume? What is it? Interview. What's the purpose of a cover letter? It's not up there, but you're right. All right. What is a resume? You should have these sections: personal header, the summary, education experience, work and projects experience. Verbiage. What did you do? Use action verbs, right? We talked about this before. Quantify experiences whenever possible. I improve efficiencies by 10%. I contacted 15, whatever it is. Modify the resume to be relevant to the job description. So if your job description is very sales oriented and you want to go to supply chain, we're going to have to change that around a little bit to make sure that the bullet points match what you're looking for, all right, for the job description. It's still in an ethical way. We're not trying to change. We're just changing the focus or changing the words or the job description to help make it align better with the job you're looking for. Formatting. Bullet points. 1 sentence per bullet point. Don't use bold within in the body of the text. You've done a real good job with that. I've seen some of you have come into my office and shown me copies of your resume. They look very, very good. So the work that you did over the fall was beneficial, because what we want to do now is February 1st is career fair. I want to make sure your resume is up and ready so you can hand them out to the job fair, right? I think most of you are there. We're going to go over that today. Purpose, right? We did this. Line your purpose to the elevator pitch. You have informal, semi-formal, formal. The formal is the interview. Semi-formal is like the job fair. These 2 are easy to do with that purpose at first, right? I like to help people. The informal is kind of a little bit more difficult, because you're going to go to a party and say, I love to help people. No, usually you say, I'm a graduate student. So practice. The better you get, the more you practice, the better you get. But you're going at the career fair, and they're going to hear the same elevator pitch over and over and over again. I'm an engineering management student. I'm a data scientist. No, start off with your purpose. People that have come to me using the purpose, like for job interviews, have gotten really good vibes or feedback from the people they're talking to, even at the career fair. So let's practice. All right? We're almost done, guys, believe it or not. Can you bear with me for a few more minutes? We're going to practice, because you guys have been sitting down too long. You're going to go over your elevator pitch. You're going to groups of 3. You can split it up yourselves. You're going to tell each other your elevator pitch like at the job fair. All right? And you're going to give feedback and practice it again. And then you're going to review each other's resumes. All right? And I'm going to hand out to each of you 2 checklists, one for the other person, and you're going to take a look at it, and it's going to say, first impression: is a resume inviting to read? Does it look professional, presentable? Resume sections, are they labeled? So this will be a quick checklist to figure out, are you missing anything? I think we've looked at this before. We're doing it again. Practice. The more you do this, the better you get. You're already there, guys. You're already there. Your resumes that I've seen look good. We're just tweaking it. And you're going to be so far ahead of the people. Some people are taking the Encp 6000 class right now. They're doing resumes. They're not going to be ready for the career fair. You've done all the work. You're ready to go. You've practiced this elevator pitch. You're ready. We're just going to fine tune it. You guys are considered the advanced stage. And you are head and shoulders over everybody else because of the skills that you've been practicing. I can tell. You've been working hard to try to update your resumes and cover letters. You're taking it seriously, so thank you very much. We're just going to finish this, and we'll spend 15 minutes. We'll finish up the lecture piece, which are just announcements, and you're ready to go. Fair enough? And we're here to answer any of your questions, because this is going to be used as an office hour as well. So if we don't use the full time for the lecture, we're here to help you out and answer any of your questions to get you ready, because it's all about implementing. Next month, we're going to have the more formal lecture where we're talking about ethics and workplace behavior, because I don't want you guys to get fired. And then it's all about getting ready, because you're going to save so much time coming to see me in my office because you're already there. You already have this. Just tweak it. We're going to do it all in here. Fair enough? All right. So get into groups of 3. Take about 15 minutes, then we'll do the next part. All right? Any questions before we break? No? All right. 2 copies of each to each person.
2 copies to each person?
Yep. Because they're going to be talking. So this person, they're going to each give feedback to each person in the resume.
I got it. Yeah, it was.
So the pictures of the things. I want to make sure that.
I think I really want to talk about it.
Is there anything else I didn't answer for you?
That's the reason I want to talk about it. Yeah, I'll just do the research. Yeah, sure. We'll take it. Thank you, sir.
Take
I didn't want anybody to see. Some people will see, but no one has yet to fall asleep. So I think that's a good thing. India. Who went to Purdue?
Yeah. Okay, lots to know. Oh, before I continue, does anybody here speak Spanish?
A bit.
Huh?
Broken Spanish.
Really?
Yeah, a bit.
A bit?
A bit.
All right. Can you read it?
A bit.
A bit. See me after class. See me after
I
class.
have to Google some words up.
See me after class. What about, anyone speak Farsi? No. What about French? Any French speakers?
Yeah. A bit.
Yeah?
A bit.
Google some words up.
Mother language.
It's your mother language?
Yeah.
Come see me. People that speak French and Spanish, come see me after class. All right? Are there other languages between, besides Mandarin or Hindi? Slavic or anything? All right. People that speak or even broken Spanish or French, come see me after class. I didn't mean to hurt your, I think I affected your group settings, so I apologize. So don't talk. I'll leave, and I expect to hear noise when I come back. Get into groups, do your elevator pitch. And as soon as we get this done, you guys can leave. You could be better.
Changes, come see me and see it works, right? Try to do that.
Have you done your elevator pitches yet? No? Yes? All right. I'm going to take a pause. It's been 1:15 minutes. I want you to continue what you're doing. I'm going to finish some of the slides. And we are scheduled to be in this room to 3:45 today. You're welcome to stay here and work with each other, come see me, or after I go to the slides, you can leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go out to the side at the end of the official class. But work with each other, come see me, see my other TAs to help you out in the process. Does that make sense? Yes. All right. Let me be quick with this. I don't think I heard many of your elevator pitches, but you're going to have to practice at some point when you get to the career fair. Next steps. Continue to work on your resume. Practice your elevator pitch with purpose. Apply to career-relevant positions. Begin to network. Attend the career fair. 2 weeks we have a feedback and discussion session. We have no homework. There is no official homework for Blackboard for this month. It is up to you. I want to know how bad you want this co-op. How bad do you want it? You cannot expect the week before applying for jobs and coming to I haven't heard anything back, and not putting the time and effort. Finding a job is a full-time job, ladies and gentlemen. I've known it. I've done it several times. You'll have ups and downs along the process. You follow these rules that we're teaching you here in the Encp 6000, you have a better shot of getting a co-op than if you didn't. I didn't promise you a co-op. I said you have a better shot. It's going to happen eventually. You know, everyone finds a job. I found a job. Look at me. And you guys are much smarter than me and better experienced than me for this. So, in 2 weeks, January 26th, we have a feedback and discussion. There's no homework. Career development's going to come in. And other people are being invited to this from 11:45 to 12:45. Career development is another great source of information. They can provide you with mock interviews, they can help you with the resumes, they can help you with cover letters, they have to provide a great service. They're coming in here to talk to you, to people. There'll be other people coming in about what they can offer you. So they say, John, you're not around, reach out to career development. Or if you want another set of eyes, go to them. But they'll give you an opportunity. From 1 to 2, this is the last time we'll meet before the career fair. I want to talk to you about career fair prep. If you want to attend, great. But career fair is your first step. Starting to network, starting to reach out, handing your resume. If you want some tips, stay here for the career fair prep. All right? You only get out what you put in. Don't come and complain to me if you don't get a co-op in your last semester and you haven't done any of this stuff. I've had students come to my office and I've never seen them before in my life, but they said, it's the first time I've seen you. I said, when did you start applying? 3 weeks ago, and you're midway through the semester. This is your last chance. They're not getting a co-op. You, on the other hand, have always put the time in. People come into my office in their last chance, last semester before they graduate, don't even have a resume. You are well ahead of everybody. So keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. Keep practicing. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right? So I would love to have you guys come. Please, please, please. It'll make me look good too if you show up, because I don't want to be here talking to a blank wall. Announcements. We have some speakers coming. On January 24th, Marcy Reed from an EVP at National Grid. I did not set this up. Professor Cardillo did. They have jobs coming up too. EVP, Executive Vice President. I've set up these next 2 meetings. I think this one of these, I think this one's during our class. I think they might be both during our class, I forget. Michael Mecleono, Senior Managing Director, John Hancock, February 9th. Scott Kilgore, he's a Vice President at Rockland Trust. He's going to be talking about networking. He's going to be talking about how to behave in the workplace, networking, what's going to do it good. He's done very, very well for himself. He's a personal friend of mine. He and I started off together in our career. He's done very, very well. Mock interviews, dates to be determined. I'll send you that out. 30-minute sessions. You will, if you're going to sign up, you show up, you dress up. This is an interview. You want a mock, this is what you requested. You requested more mock interviews. You role play. You do the same thing. And we're going to give you feedback right away. All right? CPT information sessions, please go. I'm not sure where the next ones are. Go to OGS, see when the next CPT sessions are. It's your responsibility to know what the rules and regulations are. We have had one person that we know of that did not go through the process and went on co-op and it was not allowed to. Person went on co-op and did not have authorization to go on co-op. That is a big deal. Person did not read the instructions. They did not follow the directions. The person messed up. The person went on co-op. The company did not do their due diligence either. You look at those I-9 forms, someone filled it out incorrectly because they should have realized right then and there they're not qualified to attend. It is my understanding that the company will probably get fined by the U.S. government for being out of compliance by hiring somebody that was not required to attend. I am not sure what's going to happen to the students. I am not sure if the student is still with us or if they got kicked out or what. I believe the student went to the information session, yes, because it was part of the class. The person did not pay attention. The person did not pay attention to the email that we sent out, giving it further instructions. It is your responsibility to know the rules and regulations and to seek help or if you have any questions. All right? Any questions pertaining to that? Because I really don't want to talk about legal about one of your students or my students that didn't get compliant, didn't qualify correctly. It's blank. What does that mean, guys? You're finished. Thank you very much. Please continue work. I am here to 3:45 with my TAs. Keep up the good work. Keep up. Don't. Keep up the good work. Keep going. Practice, practice, practice. Let's get ready for the career fair. Let's get ready for co-ops. I want 100% success for my class. I want to beat out my other co-workers. All right? Have a good day.